So we now hear the mumbling. Let's head to Central Executive.
Hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss.
Man, I love the quality of the light.
Burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy.
What do you call that color exactly?
Contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
It's somewhere between crimson and maroon. It's got this slightest tinge of blue-purple, but predominantly coral. I don't know, I love that color. I think that's my favorite color. What is that? Oh, it's one of those radios that doesn't do anything. I wonder if these have, like, a point, because I've run into a bunch of these. And I started to learn to, like, not interact with them because they didn't seem to do anything. Supposed to play... Oh, but I turned off copyrighted music. Okay, that's actually fair enough. Yeah, this game has a toggle switch for copyrighted music, so I toggled that off to spare myself the indignity of getting content ID matched. So we got a couple more of those. Thank you, that bald kid, for the 37 months, and thank you for the well wishes. I hope you're having a nice day as well. So urban legends, this is another piece of important lore. I think they cool down with a little bit of this constant loreness after a couple hours in. But yeah, for the early part, they're trying to get a lot of built-up info. Urban legends are believed to affect creation of altered materials, but can also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. AWE, by the way. There's quite a few of those to keep in mind, but we'll try and keep them straight. Urban legends are understood as the modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. I still don't quite grok that statement. I get what they're going for, but I don't quite map it in my own head. But, you know, just kind of put that aside. We recognize certain blank, informed by our own redacted, and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can be artificially redacted in popular culture using redacted. Our bureau-made anthology television program. Oh, maybe that Finnish cartoon was actually their anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. So we like to fill in the blanks. You know, everything we see in all the stories and urban legends are kind of like a cultural game of telephone. Certain paranatural phenomena contain clear elements of popularized folklore, AWEs that only occur on redacted. A pair of scissors that consume human redacted through 2 punctures on the redacted. So there's the scissors again from the prior memo. These details, living in the minds of so many, have been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they are paranatural realities waiting to happen. And there's another reference for a file. So the fictional things we've heard about may actually be rooted in something. So this is how to handle unscheduled visitors entering the lobby. So the oldest building that we are in at the moment has some weird qualities to it, and people aren't really supposed to show up there, but if they do, then we've got a list of things to ask. So you start with the following. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of an effort to strengthen government relations. We are proud to serve the United States and her people as we strive for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation's infrastructure. If they do not leave, ask them these questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York or just visiting? How'd you find this place? If their answers are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and they need to leave. If their answers seem redacted, escort them to a private room. There, perform the gunner's psychological assessment. If their responses are within the acceptable range of deviance, see the provided scoring sheet, then redact it immediately. Remember, there's no such thing as too suspicious. So they have a screening process in the event that some sort of alien AWE shows up trying to infiltrate their facility. They need to kind of sort for that, you know? Red. So here's our first control point. We're gonna take that back in about 5 seconds. Let's try not to get shot to death. Watch out, we got a grenade. I kind of wish they had the countermeasures board open from the beginning, so we could be racking up those sweet side quests as we play. But I guess it doesn't take particularly long to unlock that anyway. Was that... Where's the big guy? Oh. What are you doing? I think he's broken. Somehow I died on that like 3 times the first time I played this. Hey, Pure Sushi. Thanks for coming by.
The control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
Yeah, it means you go to the center and is a picture of Polaris there, and we hit press F, and then we do that. Check it out. The building sorts itself out, all the chaos kind of resolves, and now we have a livable human space again.
Holy shit. You did it.
What on earth?
It.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Sounds like Pope.
Are you with us?
Absolutely.
With the Bureau? Are you still...
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope. Emily Pope. Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie? Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting. I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Now I wonder how they know that I'm the new director. I know that sounds like an obvious question, but the old director just died.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this...
Hiss?
that works? Somehow the Hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The Hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah.
I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
The service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the Hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the Hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me?
So, like,
We did it before. Push the hiss out.
you would expect Emily to be more, stuffy and, like, less trusting, right? But maybe that's partially why the main character feels the way she does, because she also expected that. So let's read about control points quickly. So this is an examination of paranatural topics, control points. There are locations that the Bureau has identified as being vital junctions of the oldest house. Again, that's the building that we reside in currently. When the appropriate harmonization devices are arranged around the control point, that's those little satellite dishes and stuff that they got there, arranged around the control point in the redacted arrangement, the surrounding area will not experience any unforeseen building shifts. These control points are discovered by redacted detection of an unobstructed ping using the redacted within a 37-foot radius. Numerous researchers have attempted to define control points, calling them nerve junctures or redacted, or vulnerable spots of the oldest house. The common factor in these theories is that control points are susceptible to external influence, which allows us to stabilize the oldest house and work more confidently inside it. Theoretically, this technology could be extrapolated to stabilize the oldest house as a whole, but testing has found that certain parts of the building refuse to be something redacted. So again, the whole building tends to shift around and seems to have a mind of its own. So we don't really know what the building's own motivations are, but we don't seem to have entire influence over them. What up? It's creepy the way it looked like she was looking into my eyes that way. Yeah, so sadly they're beyond help.
Too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Not quite sure I know why she knows how to do that, even though Polaris is telling her. But maybe Polaris is more integrated into her mind than I can understand or something. Anyway, let's see what Emily has to say about that.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here.
Hey, Jen.
I'll risk it.
Yeah, I think we did.
Listen. The Bureau was involved in an incident.
Please
in my
spam chat
hometown
if it ever
of
looks laggy.
17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time. That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child?
She was 11
one of the big ones.
when she saw behind the
Before my
poster.
time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers.
That's the vests.
They're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench. The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned
Ghost
something
or whatever.
called the hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA.
Yeah, he's a
Kinda
flying
complained about not
orange
wearing one earlier.
weird guy now.
Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
Isn't this such a cool premise? And that cinematography is so good. I want to watch a whole movie of them just doing that.
I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now.
Yeah.
Follow the
Oh.
signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there.
More interested in this little treasure box over here. Want to see what you got? Oh, house memory. Okay. We do have a couple of questions to talk about.
The hotline should be in the communications department.
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily.
That's very interesting, Finland Gandhi man. So there's a Finnish folklore monster called the Hissi. Apologies if I butchered the name there. That I get reminded of by his name, but Hissi is a water creature. And you said that the janitor was also a reference to water too. And one of the first missions we get is to fix their coolant and water system. Very interesting. Okay, let's learn about the oldest house.
You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times.
It's a silly thing to say.
How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door. Okay.
So a couple of important things about that. The building itself seems to have some sort of control over whether people can notice it. So it's sort of in this active state of camouflage, sort of like something from Harry Potter. Like how you can't tell Hogwarts is there unless you're meant to see it. that seems important. And the fact that our new director here could see it as a result of her little crystalline friend that seems to be riding along in her brain. I like that. What was the other thing? Oh, the building reconfigures, but also has exits to other places, she said. So, well, we're going to get into that later, I suppose. Something to do with that quarry. You saw that in one of the memos earlier. We're going to be able to check out some other zones.
This trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I'd need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah.
This is one of the few times when I'm like totally absorbed into wanting to see all of the interactions. I want to get all of these little details and integrate them into what's going on here. There is one big hole, though, in the writing, in my opinion, and that's, I mentioned this in the first time I tried to go through this. The way that they kind of dole out your key cards just doesn't make any sense. And you'll see what I mean when I get to the first mission. I find the first level 1 access card on a dead body, and given that I'm the director and the lady I'm talking to right now, Emily, is gonna later give me a level 2 access card, she could have just given me that in the first place. And also my gun is a key to some of the most secret places in the facility. So I don't know, that just, it's one of those weird gamified things where it kind of clashes with the writing, unfortunately.
Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the peri-utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this? Got it.
Now,
Thanks.
keep in mind that our character seemed completely flummoxed by all the things she just said. Well, she was putting on the air that she didn't get flummoxed by it, but really she shouldn't be. That wasn't really that hard to follow, but later on we talked to the janitor and he's like, go to the water pipes. And then she's like, yeah, I don't know if I got all that.
So HRA stop you from becoming Hiss?
It seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it.
Seems important.
Each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
I mean, these should be the people that are the best at getting behind some of these little spy game type problems. Like, if they need to stop aliens from infiltrating their base, they should at least have a handle on their HR department, you know?
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Each of the
Just let me know.
NPCs were giving Jesse their personal key cards, so they probably didn't want to part with it unless necessary. Uh-huh. Yeah, but also, like, why wouldn't the director have immediate access to all rooms? That doesn't make sense. She has a key as the gun, the service weapon, that is more... It's, like, higher than all the access cards. But yet I have to, like, earn them for some reason. Anyway, and I'm kind of dwelling on this, but it just bugs me because it's, like... It's so glaringly off compared to so much of the other bits of writing that actually seemed really intricate and thoughtful. Don't know if you've watched tabletop games, but Crit Roll's Cthulhu-themed live game with a lot of lore like this, just a bit older timeline, not modern. That's cool. You're still suspect. Also, full base access should be limited even for head personnel. Alright, I mean, fair enough, but it kind of seems like we're working backward a little bit.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
I also seem to have telekinesis with regard to these boxes. So there's our map. And I should be able to equip a personal mod already. Oh, these might be the same ones I got last time, so maybe these ones are fixed and not random. Because I remember taking health recovery on element pickup plus 20 last time. Okie dokie. This is a level 1 clearance, which I don't have a card for yet. It's another map. And I think we do a little bit of shooties. Oh yeah, hello friends. Go cleanse a few points and such. Oh, suddenly plant. Wonder, can I get a good look at this guy before he fires on me? Because I've noticed some of them tend to strobe orange, and other ones seem like they phase in and out of orange. Okay. Just want to kind of, like, get over here for a moment. So as I said, it's not a cover shooter, but you can take cover, just, you know, it's not a mechanic. Oh, I think when combat ends, your gun might refill all of its ammo immediately. I didn't notice that before. Oh, they're getting noisy out here. Freaking love this. It's a hole to another dimension right into the wall. So cool. Alright, let's see what's up with these notes here and such. Consecutive kills boost. I don't think I got that one last time. Damage after a kill. Oh, yes, please. That sounds good. Yeah, there's an option to turn off health bars. In fact, the UI is very customizable. You can have the ammo bar go away. I think you can have the reticle go away. Almost everything on the screen, I think you can have gone if you choose. And we got a collectible or two. There's our Zachariah Trench, prior director, the man who speaks to us in blue light. Travel costs. Visited the following Nevada accommodations: Desert Sun Inn. Ooh, pay attention. That actually, I think that's where we go soon. Big Sky Motel, Starlight Motel, In-N-Out. Oh, of course, you gotta stop by In-N-Out, right? Aztec Court, Sleepy Bear Motel. Silver Spurs Ranch, El Gato Blanco Inn, and A+ Lodge. Accommodation $831.29. Wow, stayed in all those places for $800? Meals $700. Okay, that's actually a lot. Gasoline $295 and a minibar $313. That's a lot of drinking too. I do wonder if a motel called the Ocean View is going to be found in a landlocked state. Oh, maybe that's where we went, actually. But hey, I guess I'm not paid to think, right? And for the record, I again request that you give us the budget to get 2 rooms each night. Agent Rowley and myself are very tired of sleeping in the same room. See you on the road, Agent L. Hines. The boys in research said performing rituals may help identify any places of power. Drinking those little whiskeys is my ritual. Okay, well that explains the minibar then.